Hello everybody, welcome to another Warzone video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about something I've been getting spammed in the comment section as well as over on Discord. Go ahead and check out the Discord if you're looking for a group to play with. Also on Twitter, all kinds of different places of people asking me which Cold War weapons are going to be in the meta once the integration happens. And a lot of people seem a little bit confused on how this integration is going to work. I think a lot of people just don't have all the answers because they've been very hush-hush on a lot of different things. So we're going to talk about the top weapons I think that you should be leveling if you're playing Cold War for that transition, because more than likely they will be the meta. If you do enjoy the video, learn something new, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're brand new, want to find your way back for more Call of Duty content, regardless if it's Cold War or Warzone, please make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. They've said that the balancing between Cold War multiplayer will be different than it is within Warzone once the integration happens. So that means that the weapons could be functioning fairly similar because their damage values are on par with pretty much all the weapons in this game. The fire rates are on par. The time to kills would be on par. One of the biggest differences would be bullet velocity. So maybe by default, they increase the bullet velocity in those games, and then it would offset it. Maybe just a couple of the attachments so they make sense, like monolithic suppressor. Maybe they make it the agency the agency suppressor is going to be that go-to. So understanding that, the weapons will behave very similarly, but they're going to be balanced specifically for Warzone. The same way we've seen the FAMAS, it has a different value. The headshot damage is a little bit different for some of the weapons. So we've seen these and how they've balanced them. And obviously when they built the game from the ground up to be a Warzone game, and they basically tacked on a multiplayer when it comes to this game, most of the stuff transferred over fairly well, and they didn't need to really make any changes because that's kind of where it started. When it comes to Cold War, we're going to have to make a significant tuning so that it fits in line, because I think most of those weapons were more geared towards a 6v6 multiplayer experience, and that's why that game plays significantly better in 6v6 compared to Modern Warfare. When it comes to Warzone, it's a whole nother beast, a battle royale. The thing we do have to understand is once you understand that some of the weapons will be tweaked so they fit within the meta, now we have to look for potential weapons that will fit within the meta after they've made those changes. Maybe they change the mag size so that they have 60 to be on par with these. If they do a little bit more damage like the AMAX, maybe they restrict the ammo like we've seen with 44 mag or 50 mag that we've seen in Cold War. So we've had a few different metas. We've had rifles combined with sniper rifles early on. We had thermal scopes, and then we also had rifles with SMGs, rifles with shotguns, and rifles have been kind of the main theme. So more than likely some of the rifles will transfer over. We even had an LMG meta with the Bruin. So as we look through the different meta, and nothing's really changed recently, we got the R9 that's broken. The Grau is still okay, middle tier. We have the AMAX, which is top tier, along with the Kilo. MP5 SPRs, good option, alternative to HDR. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the top recommendations when it comes to Cold War. So now we can look at the weapons that were meta and kind of figure out which ones you should be focusing on leveling. I think the XM4, based off its TTK accuracy and how it kind of aligns itself with the M4, will be a top candidate. AK-47, because of its lower recoil, unless they modify the recoil in some way, will be another powerhouse. Those are probably the main two. If you want something a little bit more accurate, like a Kilo, but a little bit slower time to kill, it's going to be the Krig. Those would be the top three. Like I said earlier in my video when I broke down the QBZ, where I did a kind of a full analysis of it, I think it's very good. It's not going to laser quite as much as the Krig, but it's pretty close. It pretty much no recoil. Of course, MP5 is going to be thrown into the mix, and then AK-74U. Those are pretty much the only two options as I see it. I don't see the Milano taking it over. The KSP's a burst. Not really good SMG. And we got the Bullfrog, which has nice ammo, just like the Bison, but it's still going to be trash when it comes to Warzone, at least in my opinion. Then we have tactical rifles. This is where things could change, because the Type 63 is very much like a FAL. Not necessarily quite. It's kind of like a hybrid SKS FAL. So it could be in the meta, but I wouldn't prioritize that. M16 or AUG, I would bet that more out of those two, that the M16 would be more likely to be meta than the AUG, just because of how accurate it is at range. The AUG is going to suffer a little bit from the same issues that the FAMAS has, is as you get further at range, those bursts tend to spread a lot further out, and not just vertically, where if you shoot them in the stomach, you're going to get all bullets. This is where it's spreading out, where bullets will completely miss the target, and you're basically wasting ammo at that point. So when it comes to those, I would focus on the M16. And here's where it gets disgusting. I feel like the Stoner is going to be the Bruin 2.0. So if you're looking to level up a LMG that's low recoil, accurate, high damage, disgusting, it's going to be the Stoner. Has a little bit slower ADS time, but like I said, those things I think will tweak a little bit so that they're more in line with Modern Warfare's aim down sight for the LMG category. So that's what I mean with certain stats as far as mobility. Normally rifles ADS at like 325 or 300 milliseconds. LMGs are closer to 400. In this game, it's closer to 600. So they're going to bridge that gap so it makes it a little bit closer. At least that's how I would imagine they'd do it. When it comes to sniper rifles, I don't really think they're going to be able to replace the HDR, the Kar 98K, or the SPR, just because those weapons work so well within Warzone. I don't really imagine these ones coming into place unless there are some significant tweaks made to these individual weapons. And then for the rest of the stuff, I don't really see any of this other stuff being meta. This is just secondaries. The shotgun, the Gallo SA-12, which is a Spaz 12, I think this could be good, but in reality, we still have some very good shotguns within Warzone, whether it's the R9, the Origin, kind of on there, the Jack 12, very good. You kind of got those options that would be better than this, even if they made this one a little bit better and fit into the meta. I don't see that happen. So that'd be my list of weapons that you probably need to work on. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, learn something new. If you did, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're brand new, want to find your way back for more Call of Duty content, just make sure you subscribe with notifications on. If there's a weapon you think I missed that's sleeping under the radar, go ahead and feel free to comment that down below. I do appreciate all the support on the channel. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.